Hi guys, this is Ms.Hong. Today's March 27th. Happy Friday. And students who submit the quiz yesterday and try multiple times and get 100 or like more than 90%, thank you very much. And whoever didn't complete it yet, you can still complete it by April 3rd. But that's late submission, so there's 10 points deduction, but still better than nothing, right? So please try to do it. And today we have new topic, radical function. So you know radical function, most likely we will focus on the square root. So look at this one, guys. So we have this one, y equals square root of x, and that's the parent function. And we already used the radical function when we do the transformation, right? That's parent function looks like this, and we will sketch the radical function today. And like tomorrow, Monday, I'm gonna introduce the domain and range of the radical function. But before we're doing that, if you could sketch radical function, then that's much easier to get the domain and range. All right, so let's try the table. How do I get this shape? All right, so guys, you know, in the radical, we cannot have negative number. Do you remember? If you get -1, then what is it? That's I, imaginary number, right? So we cannot have negative, so the minimum value for the inside of the radical or your x value, that is 0, because we can't have any negative value, right? And then think about it. If x is 0, then what do you get? Square root of 0. So that is 0, right? And then let's think about 1. So what if I have 1 for x? If I get 1 for x, then you get square root of 1, which is 1, right? And then what about 2? Then you get what? Square root of 2. Do you know what that is? Square root of 2? We don't know. We don't know that one. So I'm not using this number, guys. I'm not using this. But let's think about our square number chart. I am loaded on the Google Classroom, so you can look at that one too. So, but I'm gonna write like couple square number here. So we already know square root of 0, that's 0. Square root of 1, that's 1. Square root of, what's next number? 4, right? Square root of 4, then you get 2. And square root of 9, then you get 3, right? And also square root of 16, then you get 4. And we have like bunch of perfect square number. But I want to use those numbers so that we can get exactly like, that is this point, right? So I'm gonna use this. So I already have that one, 1. So this time I'm gonna put 4 for my x. All right, then that is square root of 4. So that is 2, right? So you get it, guys? I didn't use 2 and 3 because even though we put the number, then you will get square root of 2, square root of 3, but I don't know how much that is, right? But if you have square root of 4, then you know that's 2. So that's why I just picked the easy number, okay? And then my next one, I'm going to use square root of 9. Oops, no. Just 9, right? When x is 9, then you get square root of 9 because you're plugging that number into here, right? Then you will get 3. And in the same way, you put 16, then you get 4, right? So if I sketch that graph again, then we get this, guys. Let me erase this. If I sketch it, so from 0, 0, right? So we get this. And then the next point is 1, 1. So 1, 1. So this. And then my next one is 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. So we'll be here. And then next one is 9, 3, right? So that's already 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4. Like that. Okay, and then if you connect it, it goes like this. Alright? So you know what? When you want to sketch radical function, then you need to know this one, which is your initial point. Because if x is less than 0, then we can't have that, right? We can't have that because that's undefined value. So that's the initial point. So always you find this point first, and we need couple more points to like graph. So this guide point, all right? So to get that one, I'm gonna give you an easier way. So whenever you get your initial point, look guys, what's the difference between 0 and 1? That's 1, right? And what's the difference between 1 and 4? That's 3, right? And what's the difference between 4 and 9? That's 5, right? And then 9 and 16, that's 7. So you see these odd numbers? So whenever you get your initial, just add odd number. So you add 1 and then you will get the next point. You add 3, you will get the next point. You add 5, you will get the next point. You add 7, you will get the next point. But normally we just need like 3 or 4 points. So normally we will do up to here, like this, 4 points. And then whenever you get your x value, you just put it back to the function, alright, put it back, then you will get this y values. Then you use this and that one, and you can plot it and connect. Alright, oops, this one looks like arrow. It's not. That's your starting point. Alright? That's your starting point. So this is the basic graphing. Okay, this is the basic graphing. So I assigned the work on the Alex because I want you to sketch it, right? I want you to sketch it. And you know, in the part test or like any other test, you need to use a computer, so you need to know how to use the technology. So let's go to the Alex. So I'm gonna cut this video, and then on the next video I will show you on examples in Alex, and you need to do the homework in Alex today. All right, so you need to make a copy of this one on your notebook. All right guys, I'll be back.